everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today on my channel, This Chick Budgets. My name is Elle. And on this channel, we are in a journey to get debt free because we are in debt up to our eyeballs. So this video is very delayed. We had Hurricane Beryl rip through our region of Texas and I didn't have power, y'all, or internet or cell service. So this video is very, very late. But we'll see what we can do with our budget from July 5th. All right, so this is the month of July. We did get paid on the 5th, and this was actually our mortgage paycheck. So we were able to make our mortgage, our solar, a few credit cards, our car loan and electric, and I did pay one of the 3 credit cards as they're not all due on the same day. So our next paycheck is the 19th. So we're just covering the 5th through the 18th, and we'll see what we can do with that paycheck. All right, let's get into the first paycheck of July. So a lot has happened since we last spoke. We had Hurricane Beryl roll through our neck of the woods, and it was scary, y'all. That was the first hurricane I had been through. And it was even worse because I was by myself. Just me and the dogs. And yeah, a lot happened. So thankfully, our home and our shop did not receive any damage. Thank goodness. And let me tell you, I prayed like hell. We got a lot of tree damage, and our well broke. Our well house broke. The chicken coop has no roof, and there were limbs and tree branches everywhere. Our yard legit looked like a war zone. So I am going to post a short video in this next clip, and that is going to show you some of what we saw throughout this storm, and it will explain a little bit of this paycheck's budget and why I had to maneuver the way that I did. So that is actually going to be right here. So as you can see from this video, the wind is horrendous. And it came a few gusts at full force, and as I was recording this video for my husband, who happened to be at work at the time in another city, just missed our house by a few feet. So it busted down our fence, just missed our pool, missed our house, and they're 2 very large oak trees. So we have to pay for that removal. And picture of a different direction showing the trees falling toward our home. We also had trees break in the front, which isn't such a big deal, but it did bust our wooden fence. So all 3 types of wooden, metal fencing structures that we have had on property are now damaged. So our fencing, which we do have a fencing sinking fund, was to complete our perimeter fencing. Now all 3 types of fencing that we have currently existing are now damaged. So we fully have to re-fence our entire property, and even just the part that wasn't previously fenced, it was going to be like a $5,000 to $6,000 project. Now I have to compensate for the other 50% of the fencing we have that is now damaged. So that was a big punch in the stomach, to say the least. Our well was rather easy to fix due to the last winter storm we had when we had to replace piping for our well. We had a lot of pieces on hand. So my husband was able to come home and fix our well. There was a propane looking tank structure, I don't know its purpose, inside our well house, and when the wind blew against the well house, it knocked over that tank and all of our well piping with it. So I didn't have water for a couple days, and we didn't have power, so we did lose food. I did what I could to cook and grill up everything that I had in our kitchen fridge. Our deep freezers basically survived. But our kitchen fridge, I emptied. I popped everything on the grill. I cooked for our neighbors. So we didn't have too much as far as food spoilage. I did have 50% of our refrigerator as food spoilage, and pre-made meals in our freezer. So part of our additional income this month is $500 in food spoilage from our insurance. The other $250 was because I had to pull cash from our cash box, and I had to pull cash from some of our savings challenges, unfortunately, because there is not an ATM that works in our area and hasn't since the storm hit. So a lot of the gas stations are closed. A lot of the businesses are closed. You have to drive out to get gas. Even if you can find a gas station that's open, they only take cash. So cash has definitely been an integral part of this hurricane. And I'm so glad that we had cash on hand, because a lot of people got stuck not having an ATM to withdraw from. So our income was $32.25. We did get a food spoilage claim paid for $500. That wasn't an amount that we asked for. It was just given. Additional is from our cash box and our savings challenges. It is $250. So our total income since July 5th was $39.75. So because this is the first check of the month, I paid our mortgage, we paid our electricity, and our second credit card of $225. The other two I can push until the 19th when we get paid again. Amazon also got $100, and our minimum payments for our Synchrony cards. I had our solar loan due this paycheck of $262, my car loan of $186, as well as a few subscriptions for Prime, Paramount, and Max. Here's where it gets, ugh. We have to cut trees. My little mini chainsaw is not going to cut it. So I have to get someone over here to at least cut down our trees. And the well fittings that we did not have, we got at the corner store, which unfortunately is expensive in itself. And we ended up paying $34 for a few joints that we needed for our well. So this all brought us down to a zero-based budget. I did reduce our account buffer to compensate so I didn't go negative. I did want to account for every penny. Our next paycheck, I am going to go grocery shopping. I didn't really need to this time around, primarily because I have a lot of food storage. So I'm able to pull from food storage, and I'm able to pull from our deep freezer to compensate. Now, I will have to go to the store for things that I don't have in food storage. And I do have extra care bucks at CVS that I can use to get, like, our mayonnaise went bad, and cream and milk. And I do have some rewards at HEB that if I spend a certain amount, I get a certain amount off. So I will actually be charging that. The reason why I didn't use the food spoilage income for food, and I'm going to charge it instead, is because the tree trimming guy and our well fittings, I could not charge. They're not accepting payment due to Wi-Fi issues out here and internet issues. Even cell service is really spotty. There's cash only. So we have to pay cash for services right now, and I'm unable to charge it. And we don't have enough cash on hand. So for right now, that's just kind of what we decided to do, is to redirect our money and use it differently. So yeah, so that's it. It has been quite a week. Thankfully, I filled up our tubs. We were able to flush toilets. I had pitchers of water. So I was able to boil water on the grill and at least have coffee. I did have the grill to cook on. And I did have a lot on hand that I could make salads with. And, you know, we didn't really have to go out and get food. So that was a blessing also. What an experience, y'all. What an experience. I'm so sorry that this video is late. I should have done it before the storm, but I had this feeling. You know how sometimes you just get this feeling in your gut and it's so strong that you don't want to ignore it? That was me on Saturday into Sunday. Something told me, worry about the wind. If anything, worry about the wind. We have a lot of dead trees that we have yet to cut down around here, and I didn't want any issues. I knew my husband had to work. I knew I was going to be by myself, and I'm so thankful I followed my gut. I had all the stuff picked out from our 2 patios. I had chairs brought in. I had our chicken coops as braced as much as I could. I took down wind chimes. I took down anything that could be a projectile. Pulled the cars close to the shop. Put everything away. I just made sure I had all my ducks in a row. Even down to we filled both vehicles on Sunday, so I didn't have to go around scrambling looking for gas. We had gas backup just in case we needed to run the lawnmower or weed whacker. We have a commercial grade weed whacker that takes gas. The chainsaw takes gas. We were lucky that I was as prepared as I was. We have a lot to work on, and that will be reflective in upcoming checks as far as sinking funds and savings challenges. I do want to make a few adjustments, and I'll explain that in later videos. But for right now, this is the budget we have to work with. We do have a lot of cleanup. I have a lot that I have to chop up and move. And on almost 4 acres, y'all, that is not an easy feat. Not an easy feat. So now we don't have fencing for our animals to run freely, which is a bummer. And we've been helping neighbors, so staying busy for sure. And yeah, so that's it for this paycheck. Next paycheck, we'll be able to pay some credit cards, fill all of our daily spending and our sinking funds. But for this pay period, we were able to pay $529 in credit card payments, $448 in loan payments. We didn't do any cash stuffings at all. And this is so far where all of our money went. 57.7% in expenses. We had 17% in unexpected bills due to our tree trimming and removal, and as well as our well parts. We were able to pay 24.6% toward debt, and the rest we will take next paycheck, which I believe is on the 19th. So that is it for this pay period and this budget. All right, y'all. This pay period did include, I'm sorry, y'all, I am all beat up. My nails are a hot mess. They're dirty. This is everywhere, even on my legs. I am just tore up everywhere from lifting debris. So I'm sorry about that. So I am going to color in another car. And I think I'm gonna do this one, because we made that payment on the 9th. So almost there. Yep. So I have 24, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 30, about 39 more payments, I think, before that is paid off. I don't think I have any more challenges. All right, so challenges are done, or payoff trackers, I should say. Now, my savings challenge book, I did take out money. I have yet to go through and figure out how much I took. It was more like my husband came home, we didn't have water, we got jumped right in the car and left. So I was basically grabbing. I think I took the bi-weekly challenge, and I took the fly away debt and all of my deductible money. So we'll be starting over and redoing that in the next couple of paychecks. So that is my paycheck for July 5th. A lot going on, a lot left to do. I've been working outside in this heat every day this week, trying to pick up stuff. So doing as much as we can to save money. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic beginning of July. Hope everyone was safe over July 4th weekend and had a blast with their friends and family. It's getting hot out there, y'all, especially in Texas. So that will wrap up this video for July 5th. And until next time, bye, y'all.